Well, there is some of the aftermath from a very violent night on the streets of Ferguson, Missouri, where things just got quickly out of control after a grand jury decided not to indict a Ferguson police officer in the shooting death of Michael Brown. Radio host DeDe McGuire, station K104, talking with the people about the Ferguson, Missouri situation. Good morning.
Good morning.
DeDe, is anybody ready to take a look at this and say, gosh, maybe the officer did the right thing, or didn't, or at the least didn't have a choice?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I think yesterday, when the prosecutor and he came out and he said what he said, I think everybody was disgusted. I think many people, certainly in the African American community, we were just reminded again and again that we feel that justice was not served. And, you know, I think when the president came out and he said what he said about, you know, there is a distrust in our community, and there's a reason for that. And you know, when you see this, and when we heard that 10 shots were fired and yet no charges, you know, there was a crime committed. A young man, an 18-year-old was killed, and all of a sudden there's no crime, you know, it's not a crime and no charges. I mean, everybody is disgusted and upset, you know, and don't understand it.
But when the grand jury took, I mean, it's so many witnesses. I think they had 97 days of testimony, 60 witnesses. You take a grand jury, they've looked at every piece of evidence, and this was their decision. Don't you have to trust that that was the right decision?
I don't believe no. I mean, there are a lot of people who say that this judicial system is not set up to protect African Americans, because we see it so many times. And, you know, like I said, I was sad yesterday because I felt like I was just reminded. I was reminded of, at times, many people feel that our lives aren't important, or young men. You know, somebody said, I saw something on Twitter, and they said, at what age does a young African American boy become a threat in this society? You know, and so I think that's what it is, the anger. Now, I will tell you this, even though there is anger and there is disgust, and we're reminded of our past, and because we've seen it, like I said, over and over again, I do disagree with the rioting. I mean, nobody's saying that's how we handle it. I think some people are saying we got to call for some changes in the police department and with the laws in this country. So again, even though we are upset and saddened, we certainly don't say, yeah, we approve of rioting. No.
But what you also seem to be saying is that under no circumstances would a police officer ever be justified in shooting an 18-year-old African American.
Unarmed. Let's be clear, though. I mean, you know, unarmed, but shot 10 times. How many shots were fired? 12 at an unarmed man, and you mean to tell me that's justifiable? I don't understand where that is justifiable.
And the testimony says that he kept, I mean, if you believe the testimony, that he kept being aggressive even after being shot a couple times. I don't know what the truth is. You don't know what the truth is, but I mean, it's the grand jury looked at it and made that decision. I guess the unfortunate thing is the reaction to it.
Right, of course.
Yes, I agree with that. I agreed with that, but like I'm telling you guys, you know, again, what we do know is the 12 shots that were fired. They said 10. Where in that is it justifiable to fire that many shots at an unarmed man, period? I don't understand.
He was being aggressive, though. Is that not?
Really, but 10 shots? Well, I mean, really, Lauren, 10 shots, though? I mean, I get, you want to stop somebody from coming near you, shoot them in the leg. Shoot them in the leg or the foot. I don't understand the shooting the 10 times. You can't stop somebody that way. If you guys, if they feel that's justifiable, okay, I'll just tell you this. I don't, our listeners, there are a lot of people in our community who do not, they agree that the law, they had to go with the grand jury, and that is the law, but it doesn't make it right.
Well, we're expected to hear from Michael Brown's family today during a news conference at 11 o'clock, so it will, we know that they're heartbroken by this, so we will definitely be looking forward to that. Thank you, DeDe, for joining us.